This is the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Ever wish you could re-listen to your favorite interview or segment? Do you enjoy hearing older shows for the first time in years? Then the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less is just what you need. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Hello, John Solberg here, your host for the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Happy to tell you this show is brought to you by Green Mountain Grills. Green Mountain Grills has brought the smoke to the competition scene and backyards all over the world for more than 17 years. Their Venturi-style firebox delivers the cleanest 150-degree smoke in the pellet game. Their newly redesigned 2025 Prime 2.0 grills blend the proven technology of the past with the technology of the future. Green Mountain Grills is the original innovator of all things Wi-Fi, and they continue to give the user granular options to control their grills in any environment from anywhere. Green Mountain Grills also leads the pack in accessory creations. They got pizza ovens. They got side burners. They got a bunch of racks. You know, they got rotisseries. They got a lot of stuff. You can find out all about it and more over at greenmountaingrills.com. That's greenmountaingrills.com. And Greg, who's on the show?
My first guest in the second hour, chef owner of Tremont 647 and Sister Sorrel, both located in Boston, Massachusetts. Also the co-author of one of the most, am I going to say one of the most biggest? I think my English teacher would slap the shit out of me. One of the biggest barbecue books to come out over the past few years, Wicked Good Barbecue, which he wrote with IQ Pitmaster Chris Hart. On the heels of that effort, they went back to the writing room and produced the newest effort, aptly named Wicked Good Burgers, which we'll be discussing tonight. So let's go ahead and race back over to the hotline and welcome back friend of the show, Andy Husbands. Andy, how are you, buddy?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing absolutely fabulous, Andy. Appreciate you asking. A bunch of different things we can talk about here tonight, but last time we spoke, we were discussing how well your book, Wicked Good Barbecue, was doing and how it was exceeding expectations and all of this great stuff. And then to follow up with it, no longer do we have to wait. I believe it was like April that it was released. Wicked Good Burgers hit the bookstore. How did you and Chris decide to go after the burgers versus some other kind of fare that you might hit on?
You know, well, Chris and I kind of always have a competitive nature with each other and kind of inspire each other to do better. And we got into a huge discussion about the better burger, kind of the better burger movement that's happening now and how to make the best burger. And from there, it just jumped to let's write a book about it.
Better burger movement. So what does that mean to you specifically?
So the better burger movement, and you guys I'm sure have it out there as well. We certainly have it in Boston and New York. You know, all these wonderful, great places. You know, we have Tasty Burger, Shake Shack, just places that are putting out these really great, high-quality burgers in a volume setting. That is what the better burger movement is. So it's moving away from your Burger Kings, your Wendy's, your McDonald's.
Absolutely. Andy Husbands joining us here on the show. Co-author Wicked Good Barbecue. Some websites for Andy. Tremont, T-R-E. Is it Tremont or Tremont? I'm sorry.
Either one works well.
All right.
Tremont or Tremont.
Tremont, and then the numeral 647.com. Also, fearlesschef.com if you want to check them out while we're talking. Andy, you're a fine dining chef by profession. One could look at you and burgers being, I guess, perhaps a bit divergent just through stereotypical thoughts. Have you always been a burger lover?
Yeah, I mean, burgers to me, you know, are more than just a fuel for your body. To me, that smell that we smell in the summertime of grills lighting up and that wonderful charred smell we smell of meat is one of my favorite things, you know, from early childhood. Who doesn't love a burger? It's an American institution.
So if I stroked you a blank check right now or gave you a $100 bill and said, go get your favorite burger, where is it located and what would it be?
Well, it would have to be located here, of course. Tremont 647. You know, I mean, for me, the best burger is just really, you know, good quality products on a great bun over some really high heat. That's probably your most important thing, is cooking it over good high heat. Well seasoned, of course.
Andy How's been joining us here on the show. You know, there have been a few burger books that have come out over the past few years. One that jumps right to my mind, most notably, would be the Ted Reader's Everyday Gourmet Burger Book. How does Wicked Good Burgers differ from some of these other more recent burger efforts by other authors?
Well, I mean, of course, in one way it's the same. We're talking about some kind of vessel that's going to have some kind of meat product in between. But what Chris and I do is, and we did it in Wicked Good Barbecues, we really kind of bring it down to the bare bones. We bring it to you, really explain to you how to make the best quality burger or barbecue in Wicked Good Barbecue. Really want to teach people how to just make it the best. And we explain it very simply, and we think it out very thoroughly to come up with the best kind of recipes and solutions. So if you're asking what the difference is, of course I'm going to tell you ours is better, but I really think that we focus on technique, which is very important.
So what kind of a writing process is it for you and Chris? I mean, you guys have known each other, you know, growing up in grade school and all that stuff. You say you're both very competitive. You like to have these engaging conversations, if we can say that nicely. Are you guys like in the same office? Are you sending emails and documents back and forth? Is a little bit of both? How do you put this book together?
It's a little bit of both. I mean, Chris, luckily, him and I have a great relationship, so we try to, see each other whenever possible. It starts off by kind of hanging out and just talking about what if, and I wonder if we can, and what do you think about this? And then kind of writing on a list of recipes, editing, and then we kind of, him and I have similar and then also different strengths, so we'll kind of focus on what's going to work the best, and who's going to be able to, this would be better if you wrote this is better if I wrote that, and then we kind of separately go at it, yet together look at it, meaning that we kind of look at each other's recipes, we critique each other's recipes, and, support each other where necessary.
Were you guys on a strict deadline, or is this a kind of an at-your-pace book with some suggested times of turn?
I have never heard of a at-your-pace kind of book in my life. It's always a strict deadline. It's always, we want it yesterday. We love our editors. We love our publishers. But they have a timeline, and, if you want to get into about how books are done, they're investing time and energy and their resources in us to come up with a good product, and they want to be able to get a return on their investment. So, a quicker return is always better. So, they do want them quickly, but they also, give us the time to write them. You need a certain amount of time, because all of our recipes are written, but then they got to be edited. Then they've got to go get tested, and sometimes they need to get retested 3 times just to make sure they're perfect. So it does take time to write, 100 recipes for a book. But, probably about 6 months is what it takes to turn around a book.
Well, I was going to say, do you and Chris set up, like, test kitchens and really try each and every recipe in this book before it actually gets to print? Obviously, it sounds like it does. But, before you're submitting recipes and the book people are testing it, do you guys already have a bunch of this stuff that you have maybe put together in times past when you're, maybe at a barbecue competition, you're eating some burgers, on a Friday night, or where are all these recipes coming from?
Trust me, you're going to want to go over to thebarbecuecentralshow.com, hit the link in today's show notes, and go listen to this whole episode. Ironically, Melissa Cookston is in this episode. Harry DeHorst is in this episode. And Andy Husbands. And then there's also a 4th guest. But do you realize there are 3 Barbecue Central Show guest Hall of Famers in this one show? That's crazy. This is such an Easter egg. Such a gem. Go listen to it. I gotta go. Thanks so much. I look forward to talking to you again soon.